Hey, what's the news today? You chilling with your girl Suave Communique. So hey, what's the news today? You chilling with your girl Suave Communique. So hey, what's the news today? You chilling with your girl Suave Communique. So hey, what's the news today? You chilling with your girl Suave Communique. So hey, what's the news today? You chilling with your girl Suave Communique. Hello and welcome to Up for Discussion Freestyle Friday. This is Swarthy Communique and we're here on Up for Discussion. And the name of the show tonight, I'm titling it R.I.P to Common Sense. I've been online going back and forth with people. I'll be on Facebook. Like I said, I'll be on the social media sites because I like to, you know, share information with people. I do that pretty much all day. I share funny stuff. I share informational stuff, but mainly I'm on a knowledge kick. You get what I'm saying? Because it's something going on, it's something wrong with our people who identify themselves as Black, Negro, and colored. And I'm just trying to set the record straight by letting them know that that's what they are not. It was a European colonizing label that was thrown on the people by the colonizer. So I'm just here to set the record straight, and I want to talk tonight about people and the loss of common sense. Okay. Now, we all know what's going on right now with this COVID. And, of course, after, my last episode, I talked about George Floyd and the riots and the Black Lives Matters and Antifa movements. We know that that has died down. And I guess since that agenda died down, they brought back up the COVID situation because it's a bigger agenda behind this COVID thing, trust. Um, so now it's more spikes supposedly in places, that wasn't spiking before. But yet, like I said, I asked myself this question, yet, they haven't had any spikes in places where the rioters were, ironically. The reason why I say R.I.P to common sense is because right now they're mandating that you wear a mask in the store or out in public, when you're around. Now, my thing is this, logic speaking. If it's a virus going around, mask is not going to protect you, especially a surgical face mask, okay? It's not going to protect you from the diseases and the things that are around in the air. Because after the disease or the virus actually attaches itself to your so-called mask or your little hospital surgical little mask that you're wearing, and you take it off and then you put it back on again, you're reinfecting yourself with the virus. Either way it goes, you're reinfecting yourself, and also, when you're wearing the mask, I don't care what nobody say. You ain't talking to Boo Boo the Fool, okay? When you wear that mask, you're not getting in proper oxygen that helps your brain work, okay? You need oxygen for your brain to function. Without oxygen, you're throw it off. I mean, you can't think straight. You can't think properly. So, lack of oxygen leads to less brain activity, less brain flow, and also you're breathing in CO2, which is carbon dioxide. The stuff we exhale, out into the environment for the trees to absorb in, because the trees take the carbon dioxide and recycles it into fresh oxygen for us to breathe. That's why when they were cutting down the trees, the indigenous people, some of them were like really upset, including myself, were really upset with them. Chopping down all the trees because in order to have trees, you have to have trees in order to be able to breathe, okay? And then we know the situation with the honeybees. You have to have the bees pollinate so that you can have a harvest, or have food grow. So with the bees dying off, the whole trees getting cut down, everything becoming artificial, it's changing the DNA structures in our bodies. Okay. And see, me, I have an issue with people lying to me. You know, tell me the truth and let me decide if I want to go along with your agenda. Don't trick me from birth coming here and basically have me all messed up thinking that this is the way the world is and this is not the way it's supposed to be. Technically, it's not. Okay. But anyway, I've digressed. Let me get back on these masks. But I'm going back and forth with people and they're saying, oh, well, you know, these people, wear masks and it doesn't happen to them or whatever. But see, I don't compare myself to other people. I compare myself to me because I'm my own individual. Okay, I'm not going to go out and make anybody sick. If anything, all these people wearing these masks, I need to stay away from because they're going to be the ones infected, making everybody sick. And then they want to sit around and call you stupid or you don't have any sense when I look at people who goes off on this and talks about, who's an idiot and who's not educated, who don't have no sense, who, lacks common sense. And I just realized a lot of my people is gone in their mind. Like, they gone. They already gone. They don't need no mask on. They need that oxygen to that brain so that they could keep thinking to help them maybe expand their thoughts. Because a lot of people, I just shake my head at them and I'm like, okay, so you came on my post to argue with me about what? Like, I don't understand what you're talking about. If I post a post, it's basically to get a conversation going, yes, but to explain to you why I am posting these type of things. No one asks those type of questions. Well, hey, why do you post these type of things? Well, because maybe I found out some information that could be helpful to the people and I'm just sharing information trying to help people out. Because this movement that's happening, this divine national movement, which is the Moorish movement, I'm going to tell you in advance. It's the Moorish movement. It's not the Black Lives Matter because we're not black. I could define it in a dictionary. Black means pale. The root, the etymon word of black also means absence of light. But if you look a little bit further back, you will come to the old High German times around the 1600s where the word blanco, represent pale. So black is really pale, and black was applied to the Slavic people. The Slavic people, they were slaves. So like I said, the fact that my people can't even tell the difference between an adjective and a noun, it scares me. It lets me know how grossly miseducated our people truly is. And or excuse me, are. Because me, like I said, I'm not the best of the best. I dropped out in the ninth grade. But I'm glad I dropped out in the ninth grade of the public school system because I would have also been indoctrinated with lies and bullshit to where I would probably still be in the loop in the fantasy world thinking that this is the way life is supposed to be. But I went back for my little GED so that I could go to college real quick to get a certificate to work at the time. But I'm just saying, we are smart people. We could do things on our own. We have the brain power to do it. But a lot of our people are stuck in this loop with this spell that was put upon them, thinking that they're black people, to the point where you even have Joe Biden talking about you if you don't vote for me, you not black. Or I'm like, what the hell does that mean? Like, that was dumb as hell. Like, come on, man. You're the true black man. Let's keep it real, Joe. Let's keep it one thou wow. You're the real black man, bro. You're the real Paleolithic man, the hybrid, the troglodyte. We're just gonna keep it real. That's you. So yes, if your people don't vote for you, that's a problem. But my people are indigenous. They don't know they're indigenous, but they're Moors. They're unconscious. But hopefully, a lot of our people will wake up. I know many will not, and many will perish for lack of knowledge. The Most High said it best in the Biblos, or the Holy Bible. He said it best. Okay, people will perish for lack of knowledge, and I know this. So, I can only put out the information for people that have ears and want to hear and want to change things. Because me, I want to change things. I am tired of the way things are, and I want to see a change, especially for my four sons. I have four sons. All dudes, all guys, all fellas, all kings. You know what I'm saying? So I need for them to have a future that is bright and not have to go through the mistreatment as they would have had to go through identifying themselves as Black, Negro, or a color person. Okay? So education is very important. Yes, it's going to be a lot of studying. I'm still studying a lot, and I'm not to the level where I want to be yet, but I know I'll get there. It says it in my life path that I, kind of start off a little slow, but I know eventually I will get to where I need to be. So I know that's coming. It's just I got to catch up with myself. But in the meantime, I am reading and sharing information that I get with people, and I just don't understand why people argue you down about common logic, logical things. It's like critical thinking is out the door. R.I.P. to common sense. And I'm trying to explain to them, about Black lives and how, they don't matter and why they don't matter. And they're thinking that I am dissing our people as a whole, not knowing, no, I love my people. Really, I do. I just don't like stupidity. I don't like ignorance. You know what I'm saying? I'm the one that if you could get a book, rise above. I want to hear you spit some words. Talk to me in a different language. You know what I'm saying? Don't shorten the words and make them less the way you're conversating. Build them words up and grow them words. We were the smartest people on the planet. We still are, but we have to apply ourselves, and get back into our positions of power in order to overthrow the European foreigner because knowledge is power. And we could whoop the foreigners behind with his own book. Okay? The book that he put on us to throw us into slavery or indoctrinate us while we were in slavery or enslaved to the Roman armies. We could take that same book and persecute them, the foreigner, the European, the Albion. We could persecute them with that same book because they have violated to the full extent of the law. You can even take the Quran too. You could violate them with these books. This stuff that they've been pushing on us, this indoctrination, this force, we could force it back on them and enforce their laws back on them. The oath that they took with our ancestors that they broke with them. And now the descendants of the ancestors that took the oath with these people have been going through hell for over 400 years. It's time for a change. It is time for a change. We need to get up. We need to get together. We need to read. We need to share information. We need to hold classes. And my thing is this: yeah, we all need stuff to survive. But my thing is this: we can each one teach one and support each other. Because just with us, if I have something you need here, you buy it from me, I buy it from you, you buy it from her, you buy it from him. Like if we just start making things within our own like circle, within our own nation, we start creating things. And let's say we don't have to open up a store. Our own businesses. Let's say sis over here make candles. Let's say bro over here makes all these other types of things. Let's say we got different things that we can offer each other. We should just go ahead and do that. We should go ahead and exchange, barter and trade. Yo, I'll give you this light for a couple of your tomatoes over here, farmer. You over here. Hey, Islam, more you growing vegetables over here, all right, bro? I'll take some of those. You know what I'm saying? We need to get back to our first of all, nationalize, basically claim our nationality. That's the first solution to the steps of solving this issue that we're having, this Negro, Black, and colored issue. Nobody is talking on this topic. Okay, I see a lot of active Moors out there talking on this topic. But like I said, everyone needs to step up. Stop sitting down. We have to get up. Now is the time to get up. Sometimes I feel overwhelmed sometimes with things that I want to do. I know I got to study, but I have to make time to study. I have to sacrifice and make time to study and bring myself up. It's just like going to school. We got to get back into the zeal and the zest of learning and wanting to know information and hunger for information. What the European colonists did was broke us. They broke us away from what we loved, which was knowledge. They managed to dumb us down. Even listening to the rap music today, you gotta listen to it. What was the agenda? You went from us talking about conscious stuff to where we just on some rabbit tabbit too. Wriggly raggly goo, ragu. I'm like, what the hell is he rapping about? Ragu? Like, that's irrelevant. Dumbed us down to where we don't even talk in full sentences. Even though all of it's ours, the emojis, all that, but I'm just saying we're intellectual beings. This is the age of Aquarius. The age of Aquarius is the information age. This is the age to know, not to believe anymore. Yes, like I said, I've been around. And when I came to the truth, I'm like, okay, I'm here. This is it. I ain't going nowhere. I'm going to read and come up on my levels and do what I need to do to function as a person in society who didn't get that chance. We always talk about, oh, we never get a chance to, shine or strive the way we need to. We don't have to ask permission for that. We claim nationality. We just come together as a nation. The whole nation is waiting for us already. All we got to do is slide into the suits. The outfits are ready. Okay? The outfits are ready. All we got to do is put them on and study and learn so that we could take over. Prophet Noble Drew Ali said that the European would be here long enough to teach us how to run government. Okay? We're coming to the end of the rope. That's why you see all this fuckery in the news. Trump them, Biden them, they having the feudal squads and stuff, not knowing that it's a game. And the Democrats, oh my God, I remember back when I was in Philadelphia and Obama was running, and I wanted Obama to be president so bad, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because he was a brother. I ain't gonna lie. Yes, I wanted a brother to be president, so I went and voted Democrat. I was Democrat all day. Didn't even know what the hell a Democrat was, but I'm yelling Democrat, Democrat, Democrat. And I'm like, what the heck? And as I started learning about the Democrats, I'm like, oh my God, everything I was taught in my life was a damn lie. And I had to stop and drop everything I learned about the bullshit crap that they indoctrinated with me and into me over the years. And I had to come up with new thoughts so that I could climb out of this hole that we've been thrown into and forgotten about. I talked about Psalms 83:4, and I said that basically the nation Israel will be a nation no more. And I think about the Moors. I think about Israel. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, that's a connection there. And it's true. In real life, the Moors were not remembered. They were forgotten by everybody. Not really forgotten, but just not talked about. They were a hush, like a secret. And come to find out, it was the Masonic secret, the Freemason secret, the European colonizers. That's why they're Freemasons, because they can't be Masons. They're Freemasons, because they hid this information from us. But now in the age of Aquarius, them seven seals, them books, like in the book of Daniel, seal it up to the last days. We in the last days and the information is coming out. So it's common sense to pick up a book and read and not sit up there and assume that you know everything. Because, hey, I don't even know everything. I just know enough to know that we are not black people. And I understand the magic, which magic, I'll explain again, means laws of nature. That's all magic is. Manifesting from the ethereal plane down into the physical plane. As above, so below. It's not hard. Really, it's not. It makes sense. In your mind, in that top house of yours, you manifest what you want. So if you going around talking about you can't breathe and chanting Black Lives Matter, if you look at it, you're basically saying a couple of things. For Black Lives Matter, you're saying pale life matters because the etymology of black is pale. So you're saying, yes, the pale life does matter. You're also saying that you giving them rulership over the land. You're also saying that by giving the by just chanting it. You're making it seem like they're better. That's why you're fighting with other Europeans on your timelines and talking about, no, Black Lives Matter. Forget all lives. Black Lives Matter. That's like, black is also without, with a void, with a absent, void of light. So you're saying your darkness coming. That's crazy. How are you darkness coming? That don't sound good at all. You know? It's kind of creepy. I don't want to see no darkness coming. I want the light. I'm sick of darkness. So you're cursing yourself because words are powerful. In the Helio Biblos, didn't God say in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God? Okay, so then you should know, especially you Bible thumping so-called Christians, you so-called black Christians, you should for sure know what the dealio. Okay, you should know. But all that, basically, I'm gonna tell you what all that stuff was that you were learning in your Bibles. All that is elementary science. It's elementary science. You get certain levels, that you come in on, certain degrees. Life, earth, life, living is a learning lesson. You're constantly learning new things every day. You're constantly learning. You never stop learning on this plane. You never stop learning. This is the place to get all your information, and a lot of our people was stripped of that. They were deprived of that. Excuse me. I don't blame my people either. I really don't. It's just to the point where I don't know. It's just I see where it messed our people up in so many ways. So I'm just trying to do my part to help open eyes so people can see. The Most High put on my heart what to do. You know, and I just go ahead and go with it because, like I said, as I'm learning, I'm helping teach, and this is also for my sons as well for whenever they get ready to jump into it, which they're slowly coming around, like I said, but they're still young and they have been indoctrinated for the years that they were here. So now we could prepare them before they get to a certain age. We can prepare them now, and that's a good thing because, catching it in time is very important. It's like a disease. You got to catch it in time. Miseducation is a disease, and you have to catch it before it spreads, and it causes unnecessary harm in a person's life when all they had to do was just know themselves, and they would have avoided all these things. Especially the abuse that the policy enforcers are putting on the people. It's terrible. It's terrible, but if you understand the color of law, and if you say that you're black, and you say that you're white, and you say, misnomer names in law that is not applied to you, excuse me, legally applied to you, then yes, that's what you're going to suffer. You're going to suffer the curses of being black because you're not black people. So if you want to call yourself black, you're saying that you don't exist and you don't matter. You're non-existent. So they're going to treat you black. You are who you say you are. Remember that. You are who you say you are. So if you're yelling you're black, then hey, that it's a price that comes with yelling and lying and not being true to yourself. It's called karma, and it's a price to pay. So everybody out there yelling that you're black and you're proud and you're black, 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 and the black y'all, and I'm black y'all, and I'm biggity. Yeah, you cursing the hell out yourself, and then you wondering why your life ain't going the way it should be going. Me, I had to get that out of my vocabulary. I can't use that word on my people. When I see my people, I feel guilty sitting up there saying black. So I say the so-called black people, or unconscious Moors, or unconscious indigenous people. It just don't feel right coming off my tongue, knowing the knowledge and the power behind words, and having the knowledge that it's like you have to stop yourself from saying things. Just like I stopped calling the European white people because they're not my God. I don't look at them as a God. But anyway, I just got this book in. It's called Isonami, and it's by Michal Talib Mahfouz El Bay, and it's the Great Masonic Secret, the Master Keys. And I love this book because, like I said, this is more science. Everybody's afraid of Freemasonry. I'm like, Freemasonry, yeah. They borrowed the Masonic, they borrowed the Moorish science and flipped it to make it seem as though it was wicked, it was evil, it was demonic, and they played against it. But no, it's not demonic at all. You know, The demonic thing is following some strange foreigner's god and worshiping their god and loving their god, waiting for their god to return to come and get you. Now that's demonic, you know. And I also wanted to touch on something as far as I was saying about the Democrats, demons, demonic, democracy, demon crazy, demons. The KKK runs the Democratic Party. Okay, so if you don't like the KKK, then why the hell do you like the Democrats? At one point, the Republicans, white and black, excuse me, or so-called white and black, or Europeans and Moors, worked together in togetherness at one point. Okay, some Europeans even died on the side of Moors, trying to get us back into that status where we were at. So this information has been hidden forever because people don't want you to have this information. Because when you wake up, game is over. The Monopoly board is flipping over. Ain't no more games. They can't play no more games. It's over. It's over. Okay? Straight up, it's over. But I want to bring you some stuff regarding the woman because our women, and me being a woman, our nation, our people need to uplift the woman. I understand the West Coast era came in with the gangster music and bitches ain't shit but hoes and tricks, and before that it was the pimp pictures and the get this hoe to give me my money. But at one time we wasn't acting like that. The men honored the women, and that's when we were striving at our best, when the men honored the mothers or the women. We were striving well. It's when the man started to disrespect the woman, sons disrespecting the mama, everything fell apart. It shook apart. And that was due to help from the patriarchal society, which is the Europeans. That's how their world is, all dysfunctional. They separated, selfish. They want to turn us into them, okay? And I refuse to be like them. I refuse to have hate in my heart like them. I refuse to act like them. You know, people be like, "Oh, the hell with them. I hate white people. I mean, Europeans." I'm like, I don't hate them, because technically, this particular European didn't do nothing to me, so I don't have an issue. Yeah, I know their ancestors beat my ancestors, but that was ancestral beef. We're the new gen. We could change it. We the new generation. We could change this. We could change this. We could make peace. You know what I'm saying? And say, okay, everybody get into your proper status, and then, you know what I'm saying? It's that easy. We can solve it. But it's these older people who've been in the game for all this time wanting to keep this BS going. Okay? And we really need to stop, with the nonsense, because we got the youth coming up behind us. And I don't want to be one of them, elders that didn't try to educate or uplift the youth. They're going to be the ones to help take care of us in the future when we get old and need things, okay? They're going to be looking out for my and pa, you know? So we gotta treat the babies right. We gotta treat the childrens right. Okay? But I want to break down a little something. I'm not gonna go too deep into this book. I just wanted to share a little bit. I'm gonna start sharing these books. I mean, I really am enjoying this book actually. But it's talking about um, the woman, or the secret basically of what's going on here. So I'm going to read part one, and it's called The Order. And it says here, when a sleeping woman wakes, mountains move. So that's powerful to me. When I read that, I think that's very powerful. When a sleeping woman wakes, mountains move. Because when we truly get back to who we are as women, and how it was a matriarchal society, and how we had everything, we was the ones that would be consulted before moves were being made, things will go back into the natural order as it should be. Okay? Because just like the sun and the moon and the stars, are in the sky, below is the sun, which is the child, the moon, The sun, which is basically the moon, the stars, and the child, and it's basically everybody all together. I messed that up, but I'm not tripping because I know what I'm talking about. As above, so below. My bad, because sometimes my brain is Mercury, it's retrograde. So sometimes my mind stops for a second because I have all these things coming through my mind and I'm trying to communicate them all. And it's like just sometimes my stuff topples over each other. I'm not gonna, I used to be embarrassed about those type of things, but you know what? I realize this is me, and I'm doing the best that I can to deliver this message. So I'm gonna read this really quick. There is a science to life. Therefore, there is a science to government, which is called civics. This is the basic function of how we as beings interact and cohabitate with each other. It is the law that runs the planet, and one must be well versed in it if one hopes to achieve the status of master navigator upon the earth's plane. You cannot totally immerse yourself in abstract spiritual without harnessing, mastering the physical reality of existence, for they are both reflections of each other. You cannot claim to love a God you don't see and love not your brother and sister you see every day. Likewise, you cannot claim to know the inner workings and mysteries of life, but have no knowledge of the laws that govern your everyday life. And I'm going to leave that right there because next podcast I'm going to go into, I'm actually going to probably just do straight up podcast about the woman and about her important role in government and how the man or the patriarchal society pushed her to the background so that she will be silenced. But guess what? She isn't silenced. She is coming, and she's coming loud and clear. She will be coming, rising. The woman will rise. Believe it. She will rise. And when she rise, oh, order will be put back into place. Better believe that. I know that for a fact. Hey, mark my words. I just know. I don't even know how to tell you. I just know. I feel it in my spirit, and I know something was off. So I know what was off, you know. But what we have to do, like I said, is uplift the woman because she is very, very, very important in this movement. So, brothers out there, with the woman, you got to put your ego aside and realize, hey, my mother brought me here through her stargate, which is her womb. She carried me for 9 months. That's every woman. Without the woman, you would not be here, period. And it isn't no sexist thing. This isn't no competition. Reality is reality. Okay? Nature. Nature. We're going back to nature. And nature says that Mother Earth, okay, she Mother Earth is like the mother. We're Mother Earth, technically, as above, so below. We're planetary bodies moving here on Earth. So we're the walking mothers who birth the children who grow up and travel and do great things, positive things. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, we just got to uplift each other. We have to focus on ourselves and getting ourselves lifted and then focus on raising fallen humanity because humanity has fell. Humanity has fell so low. It has stooped so low. And we have to work together to bring it back, especially as ladies. We have a mission to do, ladies. We have a mission to do. You know, we got to stop. And like I said, it's nothing against the brothers. This ain't no hate thing, but we got to stop. We gotta find our inner strength, our inner power, and team up together because we got the power together to manifest whatever. So, you know, we are the cornerstone that they talk about in the scriptures that the Christian European foreigner churches rejected. The Moorish woman is the cornerstone, which is us, the Negro, the so-called Negro or black woman. We are the cornerstone. Okay? We're that cornerstone in that scripture. So we need to be responsible so we can wake up and start raising these babies right. We need all the fuckery to stop. We got babies coming up, yo. And these babies, we want to change for them. Aren't you tired of seeing the stuff that you see? Aren't you tired of living this way? Aren't you tired of the injustices? Aren't you tired? I'm tired. Ain't you tired? I'm sick of this. Forcing me to have to wear my stuff out in public. Mask? You mean mandating me? It ain't a law. It's not in the Constitution. It's not a constitutional law. It is a ordinance, a code, a statute that was made by the Roman army because, or the U.S. corporation, because according to our jurisdiction as Moors, we don't have to abide by their jurisdiction. That only applies to U.S. citizens and chattel property, which are the so-called Negro, blacks, and colored. Yes, sorry to tell you, your chattel property. Yes, you are a slave. I said it. You are a slave. You're still a slave. I'm sorry, but you're still a slave. Until we get our status corrected, we're all slaves, pretty much. Till we upgrade, okay? The ones that did get their status corrected, they're good. We're good too, as long as we're learning and knowing law and being able to stand on our square when it comes down to it. Because as far as they're talking about this shot, they're talking about they're going to possibly. I seen a video my friend sent me today, and the video was talking crazy. It was talking about, what did it say? The dude was on there preaching to his little congregation. European men, and they get all the news first, technically. They get the news first. That's why when you want to find out some information about certain things that you know is hidden from you, from your people, because they're the overseers, they were hired as overseers. Our so-called leaders, they were hired as overseers to keep us in the dark by the massa. Then you go into Massa's books and see what Massa got written down in them notes. Because remember, before we were able to read, we were not able to read. So these bastards was cocky. They was cocky with it. They went and tossed it in a book because they said, don't worry, they'll never compete because they don't read. They won't read. And the best way to hide something from a Negro is to put it in a book. You know it's true. You heard this saying. Don't tell me I'm wrong about that. Straight up. Okay? Seriously. This is real. Okay? They hide their good stuff in the books. Most Europeans around the Americas and around the world know about the Moors because it's an important part of history. It's very important. We are very important. Do you know who we are to this world? We are the originators. We are the originals, the descendant of the original people. Therefore, we have dominion over the whole daggone earth. We are the richest folk on the planet, but we have to learn how to maneuver in our system that is given to us. We created this system. European hijackers, European foreign crooked hijackers hijacked our government and flipped it. But we put all these certain things into place, not the extra codes and statutes that they put into place, but the natural laws, the universal law, the treaties, all that stuff. We put those things up. We designed those things. There's no such thing as the white man. He ain't that smart. He ain't even the white man. You giving him power when you call him white, because God means purity. Excuse me. Yes, God means purity. Ruler of the land. Ruler of the land. Whose land is he ruling? Because last time I checked, he was from Europe. And this ain't Europe. This is the Americas, a Maxim. Our inheritance left from our ancestors to us, the descendants. And that's why it's so important to know your nationality, because you are cutting yourself off from the book of life, from the universal law book of life. You're cutting yourself off by calling yourself black, because that's not what your ancestors' names was back in those times. Their name was not black. And they sitting down looking, shaking their head like, what's going on with these fools? They know we not black. Do you know back in the day, if you call somebody black, they be ready to fight you? When did we become so acceptant of a label given to us by another European? Let me tell you how. Our own people, celebrities, yeah, y'all responsible too. Celebrities, so-called political leaders, they are the overseers. They are paid to keep us entertained, tricked, all those things. They are the real traders. While they live their life in glamour and throw it in your face how broke you are, when we all rich or we all wealthy and we all wealthy just by our inheritance. We're all wealthy, but they want to make you feel jealousy in your heart, hate in your heart because they got more than you. They flossing, looking fly, and you feeling some type of way because you ain't got what they got. That's evil and it's wicked because they know who they are, but they feel like only certain people get to know who they are. That's a lie. That is a lie. It's a lie. Okay? It is a bald-faced lie. And it's sad because people won't even get up and research. They rather sit up and argue with you about how they're black, how black they are, and they don't understand how stupid they sound, how dumb they look to people all over the world that know black is non-existent. So the fact that the whole world is chanting Black Lives Matter, they're in on the joke. Black Lives Matter, because if you really look at it, black means pale and old high German. So Black Lives Matter really means Pale Lives Matter. So of course you're gonna have people in London and all over the place doing it. They want to matter because we about to take back over, and they know it. So they want to matter. They making a movement for themselves to protect themselves. Hey, our lives matter. Don't come just killing us now. Think about it, man. Think about it. Think about it. Think about it. Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and read through some of these words I want to talk about. We're gonna look. I got the Black Laws Dictionary, the fourth edition, and I have been waiting to actually read this. I've been a little busy, but I said as soon as I sit down, I'm going to get into this. So first thing we want to look up is what is black, or should I say, what is colored? Because we're also known as the colored people, or they try to call us the colored people. What the hell does colored mean? Because color is not a nationality. If you really think about it, it's not a nationality. So who are these colored people we're talking about? Who the colored people? These are questions you gotta ask yourself. Who are they calling colored people? Because last time I looked, but they educated us that way. They miseducated us. So therefore, we think what we learn, and we thinking we smart. We thinking we smart when we really not that bright. Well, some of us. Let me not speak because I'm reading. I'm doing what I gotta do, and I see others doing what they gotta do. Like I don't know about others, but I know I'm up here reading and trying to learn this stuff and really trying to help share what I learned with others, which I really don't have to do. But like I said, I really care about my people, and I really, want to help my children out as well. So I will read out loud on my podcast to help, you know, help basically. So I'm looking for the word now. Bear with me. I should have had it open, but it's just I really don't know if the people really get it because, like I said, I'm still having arguments. I got cussed out the other day by somebody, which I don't care. It's just, at least if you're gonna cuss me out, at least come with a proper, argument. If you're gonna go against me, come with some evidence at least, so I could, see what you're bringing to the table. Which I know it's not, it ain't gonna trump what I got, because this is the creme de la creme. This is the creme de la creme. This ain't no play. This is real deal stuff. Okay. This is actual, and this stuff is actually in the U.S. Congress. Like, if this stuff wasn't important about us being the Moors, like, why is it in Congress? Like, you got to ask yourself these things. Don't just sit up there and think you know it all. Always expand your mind. Always be willing to learn. Don't ever don't ever sit up and think you know everything, because nobody knows everything. No one knows everything. Only the Most High does. But anyway, I'm looking in the dictionary right now, and they have a lot of colors: colorable, color of law, color. Here goes a definition of color according to the Black's Law Dictionary. See, you can't just look in a regular dictionary and get these words. You have to go to different books. The more ancient the book you have, the more information is in the book. Because remember, back then we weren't allowed to read. So they would be back talking a bunch of crap in their books to each other. So now that we were able to read and people are getting rid of their books and we're starting to accumulate the books, we're starting to find out that, hey, they're throwing these books away talking about they're outdated, but it's information in this book that we didn't know about that basically connects us back to our bloodline heritage. But anyway, let me break down the word color for you. Color, an appearance, semblance, or as distinguished from that which is real, okay, or an apparent right. Hence, a deceptive appearance. Right there. Why is it saying a deceptive appearance? Why would it be a deceptive appearance? A plausible assumed exterior concealing a lack of reality. Lack of reality. What's that for color? Hold on, but we color people though. Lack of reality, a disguise or a pretext. So who's the disguise? So you telling me that color is fake? Of course color is fake. So is black. So is white. Colors are fake. Black and white is legal statuses. Okay? The other stuff, it's not people. Color is not a person. Okay? In pleading, grounded action admitted to subsist in the opposite party by pleading of one of the parties to an action which is so set out as to be apparently valid, but which is in reality legally insufficient. So you're not getting justice because in reality, color is legally insufficient. It's insufficient. It's not real. They don't have to do not a nan, not a nothing. They could kill you in the street because you agreed to it. You're calling yourself that. You're contracting with the U.S. corporation, letting them know that, hey, I'm cattle. Kill me. Do what you want. But then you walk around, no justice, no peace. You're confused, and you need to sit down and learn something and stop arguing with people. Anyway, the word also means the dark color of skin, showing the presence of Negro blood, and hence it equivalent to African descent or parentage. Okay? So they later on took that word color and applied it down here. You can see this little word in small writing. It says a term of ancient rhetoricians and early adopted intro language of pleading. It was an apparent or prima fact and the meaning of the rule that pleadings and confessions and avoidance should give color was that they should confess the matter adversely alleged to, such as an extent or at least to admit some apparent right in the opposite party, which required to be encountered and avoided by the allegation of a new matter. Color was either expressed, inserted in the pleading, or implied, which was naturally inherent in the structure of the pleading. Okay? So this stuff is just letting you know in this depth, just by reading that alone, it's letting me know that this is not reality. This is colonial laws. I'm looking under colonial laws. Colonial laws. It says this in the Black Dictionary. It says colonial laws. How is that going to say colonial laws? And then it talks about the word color. In America, this term designates the body of law enforced in the 13 original colonies before the Declaration of Independence. In England, the term signifies the laws enacted by Canada and the other present British colonies. So, color of law is under the colonial laws. Okay? Color of authority is right under that. It says it right here. I'll read that definition too. We're gonna do this and then I'm gonna wrap it up because I'm not gonna keep you long tonight. But I'm just breaking down some stuff that maybe y'all need to go back and research. And once again, I'm reading out of the Black Laws Dictionary. You can also download it, look it up under PDF, Black Law Dictionary PDF. Okay, get the fourth edition. It's on PDF. You can download it and you can look through these words for yourself. Don't take my word for it. Research it yourself, okay? Now, color of authority. That semblance or presumption of authority sustaining the acts of public officers, which is derived from the apparent title to the office or from a writ or other processes in the hands apparently valid and regular. Okay? So this is the color of authority. When you call yourself Negro, black, or colored, you put yourself in the color of authority under the color of law. You put yourself under all their stuff. It's one more right here, the color of law, the appearance or semblance without the substance of legal right. Without the substance of legal right. It's telling you right there, without the substance of legal right. You don't have no legal rights under the color of law as a colored person. So why are you calling yourself colored? Why are you calling yourself black? Why are you calling yourself white? Under the color of law, you don't have any type of rights. You are a U.S. citizen. And this is crazy that it says colonial law because it's actually marked. It has maritime law, tells you the definitions of the maritime laws. I love this dictionary. Everyone needs to invest in the Black Law Dictionary. This is really an important book for all of our people to have. You really need to read and step your game up, okay? Because it's really, um, it's really crazy. It's really crazy what's going on in the world, and this is the longest podcast I've ever done. I'm already at 15 minutes. I'm getting ready to wrap it up because the longest I'll go is an hour talking on this information. But it's really imperative that our people learn this law and learn these things. I'm going to read from one more book, The Examination of a Nation by the Prophet Noble Jew Ali. If you don't know about this man, look him up. Please look him up and do not believe the hype. People will say things about this man, but this was the living prophet that came here to us. He came to us in 1928, okay? Or I'm sorry, 1886. I'm sorry. He came to us in 1886. He passed away over in 1928, 29. But he came to us in 1886. Prophet Noble Drew Ali. And he came and he brought the truth. Okay? He brought the truth of who we are. He brought the truth of who we are. And a lot of our people slept on the prophet. Okay? They slept on the prophet. And they're looking for a savior now to come crack the sky open, not knowing that he already came and brought us back our nationality so that we could get back with the human families, so that we could join back with the human family. Okay? We need to get back in with the human family so that we can have human rights. We have a right to claim a nationality. No one should be afraid to claim their aboriginal status. Okay? We have a right to that. We have been mislabeled by Europeans from the womb back since slavery times. And now is our time to actually correct this because it's been going on for so long. The suffering, the misery, it's been going on for too long. It's time to get up and fix things. It's time to stop talking about it and fix it. Because I sit back all the time. I see a lot of solutions to the problem. But a lot of people is plotting in the background because they don't want solutions to the problem. They just want to keep it going. They want to keep the mess going because it laced their pockets. It's an agenda. But the fiat currency, that's on its way out too. That's going too. All of that is going. But the main thing is with these masks, and I'm getting ready to wrap it up. We'll talk about Prophet Noble Drew Ali in another segment of my podcast when I put up on another one. Because, like I said, I'm going to start delivering these, at least once a week. I know I haven't been able to do Communication Wednesdays. I'm kind of busy doing other things, trying to invest in my own business, learning things, taking business courses online to go ahead and try to jump off my own business. But anyway, I digress. The real reason why I'm saying that our people is lacking common sense is because you are actually following behind the same European colonists that put that label on you that is causing you your abuses. And you're following behind our people who are teamed up with this crooked European, converso Moors, dirty Moors, that teamed up with these Europeans and are pitting us against each other with this black thing. Knowing that it ain't no such thing as the ancient black gods, knowing that it ain't no such thing as a black people, period. But they keep pushing this agenda. You have to stand up to your leaders and ask them, what are black people? Why does this mean this? Why are you calling us black? Because they have an agenda and they're eating and their families are eating off of your ignorance. So if you really want to be saved and you really want true salvation, you need to educate yourself because that's where the true salvation is at. That's where the salvation is at. Didn't the Most High say in the scriptures, in the Helios Biblios, also known as the Holy Bible, my people perish for lack of knowledge. Lack of knowledge. Okay? But my biggest thing is what I see going on is with these masks, the way they have people going around being sheep and wearing the mask, um, and not allowing them into the store. They're getting ready to push that chip. That chip is coming. And you will not be able to buy, sell, or trade unless you wear the mark, which is that chip. They will enforce that chip. But the people that declare nationality, we can make our own nation on our own land. Okay? We could get rid of the European troublemakers if we choose. It's our land. And once we get back into government, we will be able to make and enforce the rules so that it could be an even playing field, because this is our land. This is our resources. They're on our land. They're on borrowed time. Time is up for them. They know this. So it's getting crazy. They're getting crazy. And they're trying to push race wars, and they're trying to get everybody in a panic and get everybody scared and paranoid of each other. I'm not falling for the okie doke. Swarthy not falling for the okie doke. No, 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 no. Not I. I'm not doing it because it's okie doke. That's all it is. They playing with your mind. It's a mental psyops. It's always been a mental psyops. And it's me as a watcher that sees things coming. It's my duty. It's my sole duty to warn the people. But I'm not going to waste my time on you. This is for the youth and the ones I know that do listen back to my stuff. This is for the future generations, the future Moors, the Moors that are active, the Moors that are ready to make change, because I'm ready to see change. But that's what I see coming. I see them forcing you to get that vaccine. You're not going to be able to work. You're not going to be able to eat. You're not going to be able to do none of that. So it's best to start getting self-sufficient now. Build your own businesses now. Start planting your own food now so that we could barter and trade like we used to do back in the day amongst each other. We don't need them. We never have needed them. They always needed us. Remember that. They always needed us. We never needed them. Remember who you are, Moors. Unconscious Moors, wake up. Remember who you are. We don't need them. We don't need them. We don't need them. They need us. We are their parents. And we got to put our children in check. And on that note, pretty much, I'm getting ready to go ahead and sign out. Check me out. Possibly I might go ahead and do another Communication Wednesday because I want to get more of this information out and hit the airways. I'm going to start doing videos on YouTube. I'm still a little camera shy. I'm not really a camera person, but, once I get used to, explaining or dropping my point, eventually I will show face. But right now, I just don't feel like it's necessary, I feel like this information is all that needs to be getting in your ear right now. This is what you need to know. And, I just hope everybody wake up. That's my biggest want in the whole. Honestly, my greatest wish is for my people to wake up and we all just get right and just all get together and we're gonna be all right because we're gonna be all right. But Islam, peace to all the Moors, and I will check you all out next time. Peace. Hey, what's the news today? You're chilling with your girl, Suave Communique. So, hey, what's the news today? You're chilling with your girl, Suave Communique. So, hey, what's the news today? You're chilling with your girl, Suave Communique. So, hey, what's the news today? You're chilling with your girl, Suave Communique. So, hey, what's the news today? You're chilling with your girl, Suave Communique. Thanks for tuning into the show. If you haven't heard about Anchor, it's the easiest way to make a podcast. And let me explain. Anchor is a creation tool that allows you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. Anchor will also distribute your podcast for you so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many more. You can also make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. And the best part about it, it's absolutely free. Download the free Anchor app or go to Anchor FM to get started.